Well, the whole process has been one of the most frustrating in my whole career as a public health officer. And I've been public health officer in Africa, in Thailand, in Canada, rural Canada, and here. And this has been the most exasperating year of my life watching what is going on. The amount of fumbling around and lack of direction and the messaging errors and the politicization of the whole thing has made this just a mess. And right now we're looking at 800,000 deaths, of which probably almost 2/3 were avoidable because there's vaccine available. And still such low percentage of people vaccinated in this country, or other countries have gotten to 90% and are doing much better. It's really very, very disappointing. And the excuses and the discussions about vaccine and the anti-vaxxers and all the information that's available for people doing, in quotes, their research on the worst research, a medium being the internet, where you look up something and it takes you as far out to wherever you want to go in the wrong direction, has created an environment which is just killing us. People don't, and then the latest with now we're talking about the mandates in New York State and other places for masks. People have just gotten this all wrong, and I think that's the most frustrating part about it. This is not political. This is not infringement of personal rights. This issue of mandates is not mandating storekeepers to be police. This is 100% personal responsibility. Each of us is, I'm responsible for you. You're responsible for me. I'm responsible for your family, my family, and everybody else out there. And this is nothing about your right to do whatever you want. It's about the public's responsibility towards each other. And it doesn't matter whether you're red, white, blue, independent. That's irrelevant. The issue for us is we have to look after each other. We're at war, and no one understands that. We're at war with an enemy that's in amongst us and is killing us. 800,000 dead. Then you have people say, oh, those people would have died. They wouldn't. We're going to see an excess bulge in deaths in this country like we've never seen before. And this is from an enemy that we're supposed to be fighting in a unified way. We've never fought a war this badly. And we're getting killed. And we're doing it for the wrong reasons. What we really need to do is unify our message and unify the way we look at this. This is war. And this is an enemy that keeps changing. And I think the thing that's most disconcerting is that the naysayers just keep saying, you see, they tell you something and the next day they change it. Yes, because it's science, and it's science that's based on a novel virus we've never seen before. And we keep getting new data sets that are telling us different things, and it's evolving. And we keep evolving the message, which is freaking people out because they're looking for a black and white message. Yes, no. There's no yes, no here. What there is an enemy that we're fighting that is constantly mutating and changing because that's what it does to stay alive. And we are stupidly going along and just feeling like this is going to go away and we just can go about our lives again. And we can't until we get this under control. And we're not. We're losing a battle. We're losing lives every day for no reason except that we can't get together and understand it's war. If you look at Portugal, a year ago, it was one of the worst countries in the world for COVID. They put an admiral in charge, and he told the people, we're at war. And you're either on the side of us trying to defend the country, or you're on the side of the enemy. They're at 90% vaccination rate. Everybody wears a mask. Everybody has to show proof of vaccination. They do it gladly because it has freed them up to do things. Yes, when you go into a restaurant in Portugal, you have to show vaccine. Big deal. They all go out and they're able to do it without any fear. And their rates are going up slowly because we know that this virus is mutating and continues to do this. And no matter what vaccine we produce, it's not 100% successful. Big deal. It keeps you from dying and keeps you from going into hospital and being critically ill. You may get sick, but you will not, for the most part, be critically ill. Every person I see in the hospital now who's got COVID is not vaccinated, and they're critically ill. What does that tell you? It tells you this is the wrong information being followed by a lot of people who are putting themselves at very high risk for no reason at all. So now what I've done, because it just makes me so angry to see people, suffering for, these are unforced errors. In my exam rooms, I've got two numbers on the wall, 14 and 800. 14 because you're 4 times as likely to go into hospital and die or be intubated with a tube stuck down your throat before you die. 800,000 excess deaths that we're seeing. Now, I don't know what more to say, but it's very frustrating because this is nothing more than a lack of attention to the fact that we're at war. And we have to unite, and it is not a political issue. It is not anything more than a battle. And we have to win this because it's our survival economically and socially. And I remember talking to my parents about their experience during the Second World War. Everybody saved tin cans. Everybody saved rubber. Everybody saved everything because it was a wartime effort that united the nation in order to defeat a common enemy. We are not doing that. And we're killing ourselves. And it's very frustrating because there's actually very good science out there. And we are ignoring it, or at least some people are ignoring it, and everybody who ignores it puts everybody else at risk. And there's nothing more to say about it.